Hello there, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today again. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, to comment, and to share this video with your friends. I trust you get a lot of value for being here. Thank you. Yeah. Hello. Welcome once again to my channel. My name is Damilare Jonathan. If you are a new subscriber, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. If you have been here before and you're watching again, thank you. I'm super excited to have you here once again. On this channel, I love to share my experiences with people, with you all. And I hope that with my experiences, your faith in God, number one, will be strengthened, and number two, you're able to learn a lot of things to be able to make better and healthier decisions. And number three, I hope to share experiences with my colleagues who are nurses on how to just better their career and become better nurses. All right, so that is all about the channel. I'm here today and I'm going to be sharing with you on very important things that I believe nursing school will never teach you, but they are very important skills that you need to thrive in the career. Okay, so before I go on into sharing these three things, let me state these very ground principles that the purpose of me sharing these things is not just because you will be able to have fulfillment in nursing as a person, also because you cannot give the best of care if you don't have these skills. So basically, two reasons. You need it to be able to find fulfillment in your practice, in your chosen career path. And number two, you also need it to be able to offer the best and the quality kind of care to your patients. So I think this is something you need to sit back and watch and really share with your friends as well. Let's get right in the conversation quickly. The very first thing I want to share with you is that nursing school will do so much of teaching you how to handle other people, how to care for other people, but little or nothing is done on how to care for yourself. The perspective I'm talking about is caring for your emotions, that is handling your own emotional frailties and your emotional gaps, being able to manage your own emotions. There is very little or no intensity given to teaching and being built up in that perspective. Now you know that all we do in nursing, right, is centered around people. Our workspace is largely interaction and interacting with people and discussing with this patient and all of that. And that makes it very important for you as a nurse to be able to deal with your own emotions, because in the course of interacting with people, there's a lot of emotional exchange going on in the process. All right, and if you know, I'm a person of faith, right, and I say that if you look at the Bible, the greatest of all commandments is love. And then he said, love God and love your neighbor as yourself. So if you are going to love your neighbor, okay, which is the bedrock of caring for people, which is what we do as nurses, then you need to also love yourself. So how do you love yourself enough to be able to handle yourself, to be able to know how to manage your emotions, so that you are not being deeply hurt, all right, while you think you are caring for other people? This is very important. So beyond caring for people in terms of nursing their health issues, how are you able to handle your whole emotions? Like I said, manage difficult patients. How are you able to overcome the stress that comes with the emotional stress that comes with nursing? How are you able to handle a situation called compassion fatigue, all right, where you are really intending to care for people well, okay, but there is something that just happens, and over time you just lose your empathy, you lose your own you lose touch with your true self in the course of caring for people. So I'm going to prescribe two things, okay. I'm just going to talk generally about the need for you to develop emotional intelligence. It's a whole broad concept that you need to go and read about, but first and most important thing in emotional intelligence is you knowing about your own self. So if you have anger issues, if you are not able to deal with people very well, know that and understand other people. Okay, so you know that I am weak at this. I don't take this, I don't take that. But you don't stop at that point. You also understand other people. You know that this person that you're caring for is not just anybody. This person is in a sick role, is playing a sick role, is sick, so their judgment might be impaired, and find a balance between the two. Okay, it is very important. You also have situations where patients can be extremely difficult, and I'm saying extremely difficult, but you see, your reaction is your own responsibility. If a patient misbehaves, it is up to you to react properly or otherwise. That is why, like Bishop Oyedepo once said that, it takes two to fight. So you can't tell me you're fighting with me when I don't have anything against you. So it is important for you to be able to manage your own emotions. And that nursing school will not teach. Another thing I want to share with you on how to solve this is, like I said, there is so little we can do without the help of God, because nursing is an outflow of our personality. Okay, so I want to prescribe to you that as a person, you need to deepen your relationship with God in so much that the Holy Spirit helps you to tame your limitations and all those gaps that you might have noticed in your emotions. It is important for you to be aware of your emotions. First of all, be aware of the fact that, hey, I am going this certain way, and this is not the right way to go. And once you are aware of that, then you want to take it up and deal with it, and be conscious, be intentional. And one way to deal with it is to ask the Holy Spirit for help. Okay, now, the next thing I want to share with you about what nursing school will not teach you is on leadership. Leadership. A lot of things that we do in nursing rises and falls on leadership. But unfortunately, there is little or no attention that is paid to leadership. In fact, the curriculum is not structured to address that. Maybe some new improvement is being made on the curriculum, but as at now, there is really nothing to address the issues of leadership. And on leadership, I want to talk about three different perspectives. The first is on the need for you to develop a very sound clinical judgment skill that is stemming from critical analysis skill too. All right, the need for you to develop a sound clinical judgment skill. And what does that mean? Let me share a practical example that I have noticed in many people. So a patient is coming to you and saying, hey, nurse, what about this? What about that? What about that? And I get to hear some nurses respond with, hey, when your doctor comes, ask them. When your doctor comes, ask them. That does not show that you are a critical part of the care team that is offering that is caring for that patient. You need to be able to understand what it is that this patient is passing through, what is the line of management, and you're able to give detailed explanation. It may not be entirely detailed, but you can, as a nurse, you are standing at the center of the care of the care professionals. You are more like a care coordinator, so you want to be able to bridge that gap, all right, and communicate what every other person is doing in the health team. It is in this light that when you are able to communicate properly, then the patient perceives you, all right, as somebody who is knowledgeable about his or her condition and is able to offer quality care. So that is very important. Clinical judgment skills stemming from critical analysis of cases, critical thinking. It is important that you develop that skill. School will not tell you all of that, as much as I know. Then the second part of leadership is problem solving, and I'm bringing this beyond the level of individual patients to the world that you are in, even to the entire hospital. Being able to think critically again, and also look at problems around you, look at problems on the ward or in the unit where you are in, and attempt and make moves to solve them. It is important. So it's not just about what Yorubas will say, oh, gata or gauta, or alara. It means that whether I work or I don't work, whether I do anything, I don't do anything, my money will be complete. I get my salary and I move. No, it's not about that. We should think leadership, and leadership is problem solving. All right. So you are thinking, you are looking within your little world and saying, what is it that is lacking here? How can I push for a change in this corner? How can I push for a change here? How can I, influence a change in this area? Right from your very unit that you are in. That is the second aspect of leadership I'm talking about. Then the third aspect is on clinical decision making. Or rather, let me say decision making broadly. And this time around, I'm speaking to decision making beyond just your word or beyond a particular patient, even to high level leadership where you are now holding positions of leadership. I realize that a lot of us are not trained, or all of us generally, we are not taught, or we are not particularly trained in the line of studying talk of position statements by global organizations, say ICN now, what is their position statement on advanced nursing practice? Or what is their position statement on this? Or we're not particularly trained to begin to go read WHO's paper, review papers, and all those documents on this issue, on this global health issue, on this global health issue. We are not taught that thing, but it is very important, because if we don't have those knowledge or that knowledge, we will not be able to make better decisions as leaders. So you find two leaders holding positions. The better one is the one that is better informed. All right, so, and that is why it is very important for you to start building that capacity right now. Begin to explore beyond the books that you have in nursing. I encourage people to be conversant with the WHO website. There's a lot of documents on the WHO website that is being shared consistently on the global healthcare space, on the economics of health. Is it on the healthcare workforce, or is it on the different diseases and their burdens and different things around healthcare? It is very important for you to know this, because they will harm you with a better understanding of how to make healthcare decisions. And these things, nursing school will not teach you that. Okay, so that is number 2. Number 3 now is something I know you will be greatly interested in. So number 3 on what nursing school will not teach you is this. Nursing school will not teach you how to make money. I had to say that with a bit of humor, because you see, the truth is that what we are being prepared for as nurses from school is generally to fit into a mold where you will just start working in, a hospital system. But the truth is, if you really want to find fulfillment, like I said earlier, in nursing, where you can rise beyond just meeting your basic need, like Maslow described, to be able to get to the peak of life where you are actualized, that is self-actualization, where you can give back to the society. I tell you that your nursing salary cannot suffice for that, and that is why you need to explore. You need to think beyond what your nursing school is offering in that regard. So 3 things I want to share with you on that. Number 1, begin to think of how to increase your earning potential. So whatever level you are at right now, whether at a diploma level, at a degree level, you want to make sure that you have some extra stuff to yourself, whether in forms of certificates, or in forms of extra trainings, or in form of degrees. You want to have something that when you present it, people will think of giving you more money. Another thing you can do is that you can begin to consider enterprising your nursing skill. So there's a lot of skill we have as nurses. You can begin to think about, how can I build a business around it? That's talking about nursing entrepreneurship, and I'm talking about enterprising nursing skills. That is exactly what nursing entrepreneurship is. It is not what some people say. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that now, but entrepreneurship in nursing means that you're enterprising your nursing skill to make money for yourself, and of course to build the nation and solve problems. Okay, so you can begin to think in that line. And the third area is that you can even explore your talents, your gifts, other things. Begin to look at exploring. Maybe you have a writing gift, or you have a speaking gift, or something. Explore how you can begin to explore and just use that to make some extra income for yourself. All right, so these are the 3 things I want to share with you. So 3 quick things I have shared now. In summary, number 1, nursing school will not teach you how to deal with your own emotional frailties. You need to get a hold of yourself. You need to get a grip of your emotions. Number 2, nursing school will not teach you about leadership in terms of decision making, in terms of problem solving, in terms of critical thinking. There's so little attention paid to that. You need to put so much effort into developing those skills. They are going to be very, very invaluable for you in the course of your profession. And nursing school will not teach you how to make money, so you need to find out how to make extra income, if possible, for yourself. I hope all of this helps. Thank you very much for joining me once again. I'm super excited to have you. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, to share with your friends, to like, and to comment. God bless you. Peace out.